Good morning, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Today we're gonna make some pancakes, but first I gotta go get some eggs. I fed these chickens and they're all waiting for me. Look at them. Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me. Excuse me, ladies. They slowly move out the way. Look at them. Let me see if anybody lay an egg. I need about 1 or 2 eggs for pancakes. I don't know. Let's see if somebody was an early layer. Not Bringle is in there. The broody hen. Bringle the broody hen. Let me see if there's somebody laid somewhere else. Look at her. She's always in there. Here's an egg. I got one. Let me see if there's one underneath her. Don't you peck me. Yep, there is. Give it to me. Here's another one. I always do that to her. Always. And she always just stays right there. She's still there. Look at her. Let me give you a good look at this. Yeah. That is my broody hen right there. So if I ever want to just incubate eggs without you, excuse me, these birds don't move out the way anymore. If I want to incubate eggs without using an incubator, well, I have her and I have Cruella. Cruella's also broody. She's not as bad, but she's broody. All right, now I gotta make my grand escape because they're all there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Teresa's the only one who moved. Cruella, move. All right, I'm ready. Hope I don't break my eggs. Let me put these in right here. That's why I have this basket here so I could put it somewhere when I'm getting ready to leave. Let's make our pancakes. So let's go over the list of ingredients. We need flour, sugar, baking powder, milk, salt, 1 egg, and some vegetable oil. Okay, first thing is 1 cup of flour. Now this cup is wet, so I'm gonna use another one. There's a 1/2 cup right here. I'm gonna do 2 of those. 1, 2. That's 1 cup of flour. Put that to the side. Next, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is a tablespoon. Oh, come on, Jamerica. It keeps falling out. 1, 2. That's 2 tablespoons of sugar. Slide it to the left or to the right. Next is 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure you look at what it is. Let's get it. There's a lip here. Just slide it off. 1. Level it off on the thing. That's 2 tablespoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. Here's our salt. I used my teaspoon already, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2 1/2 teaspoons to make 1 teaspoon of salt. We have all our dry ingredients in. Let's go ahead and mix that up without making a mess, which is almost impossible for me. And I do it the rustic way with the fork. If you want to use a beater, go ahead and do it. There is a tool that my mom used to use and we used to use as a kid. This is a hand beater. If you want to get one of these, this is a saver. Time saver. Moving on, we're going to need 1 cup of milk. Now, this is canned milk. I don't recommend you do it. And if you do canned milk, make sure you smell it. Make sure it's still good. And you're going to need 1 cup of milk. As a matter of fact, don't do the canned milk. Buyer beware, it is not approved, okay? That's milk. So we got our milk in. Next, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. That's 1, and that's 2. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And then we have an egg that we need to beat. So I'm gonna take my little cup here because I don't wanna make more dishes, right? We'll crack the egg that we just got from the chickens. Make sure I don't get any shell in there. Pour that out. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the egg out. Get my fork out of here. Get it off as best as possible. Beat my egg in my little cup. And pour it in. Put that in the dish. Now we're gonna mix our stuff together until it's well combined. While you're doing that, go ahead and heat up your cast iron. Put it on about 4. You need to heat that up. Some people will put vanilla in this, and you can if you want a little bit of extra flavor, but I just enjoy the taste of natural pancakes. You could also put fruit in here like blueberries and all kind of fruit, if that's what you like. Make sure you drain the blueberries off though, because it'll make it watery unless you're using, you know, natural blueberries. The canned stuff has water in it, so you gotta be careful with that one. It doesn't take long to combine this stuff. What you're gonna do is try to get all of the lumps out, or as many as possible. You're gonna have some small lumps in there, but small lumps they'll disappear. Big lumps are the ones you're trying to get rid of. See that? Looks like a cake batter, right? Now the stuff you hear in the back, that's my sausage frying, the homemade sausage. I'll link that in the description if you want to make homemade sausage from pork butt or from pork butt or pork shoulder. So look, it's done. See that? See the consistency? Pancake mix. You don't have to buy the store stuff. You can do it yourself. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get it to the fryer. We got it all mixed up, right? If you have a large spoon, go ahead and use that so you can have them somewhat uniformed. I got my frying pan already heated up. It's on a low burn. And I put some vegetable oil in the bottom of the pan so this stuff doesn't stick. You can make them as small or as big as you want. No problem. No problem, only situations, right? Okay, take a look at that. You're gonna see bubbles start forming on the top and they're gonna start popping. Once you see a multitude of bubbles, that's when you go ahead and flip them. See how that one popped right there? That's what you want to see. They're starting to pop. See that? Another thing is that you want to make sure that you don't put too much oil in here. Just put enough on the bottom of the frying pan to coat the pan, and make sure that the pan is hot once you put the batter in there, and you maintain it on a medium heat, which is about 5 out of 10. So medium heat, right in the middle. So we see our bubbles are forming, right? I'm gonna take this pancake, right? Take our spatula under it and flip it over. The bubbles have started to pop on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. No rush, take your spatula. Now you can look at the bottom and see if it's done. See that? It's golden brown. That pancake is ready. Let's look at this one. Not quite. Go ahead, once you have space, start your next one. These pancakes are not going to be perfectly round. But these are homemade pancakes, easy from scratch. You don't have to buy any pre-made mix. You just do it yourself. Do it yourself. I remember when I was a kid, I used to try to make them perfectly circular, and by doing this, and you could do that, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. I've gotten over that. I've evolved. So this one is ready. See that? Put that one there. Go ahead and get another scoop from my spoon. And start my second set, or finish my second set. See, this one is already starting to pop bubbles right there. Now, one thing I don't like is when they connect. So I take my spatula and I run a line through it to keep them separated. Here we have our bubbles. You see that? Time to flip. Uh-oh, I might have left that on a little bit too long. They don't want to separate. Stay together, huh? I'm staying since, baby, since we've been together. Ooh, ooh, loving you forever is all I need. Let me be the one you come running to. Won't you, baby? Come on, spoon, let it go, let it go. There we go. Turn this down a little bit. So another thing is, sometimes if you cook, like if you double this recipe and you have, you didn't eat them all, don't throw your pancakes away. Go ahead and get a plastic bag, put the extra in here and put it in the refrigerator for those days you don't feel like cooking. Then you can either microwave it or put it in your toaster oven and you'll have it for when you need it. This recipe is also good for waffles. Same thing. Waffles and pancake are the exact same recipe. It's just a different tool you're using. Let's go ahead and flip these because they're bubbling. Yeah, I might have it too high. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. I turned my flame down because you see how dark they are, right? I don't necessarily like dark pancakes, but I'll eat it. Turn this thing back over. Look at the bottom. This one's ready. I think I got enough for one more. I need a little bit more oil. Not a lot, just a tip. Just enough so this thing is not scorching. I need it to do what it's supposed to do, and without oil, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. Get another spoon and get this stuff off. All right, let's go ahead and flip this one. Once your pancake feels like it's spongy, like a sponge, that's when it's done. If it's still swooshing around, it's not done. Done. Done, did it, done, done, done. Because I already have the pan hot, I'm going to go ahead and fry an egg. Let me get this off of here. Do not do what I do. Don't burn yourself. Got it. I'm going to get 2 eggs and I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. I'm going to fry it in that pan. Now for this, I'm going to use a different type of oil. For the egg, I'm going to use a different type of oil. It's important to get some oil into your system. You're going to get some from this sausage because this ain't necessarily, this is pork sausage, so, you know. But I'm going to try to get some olive oil in here because we're going to fry these mushrooms. All right, here we go. A little bit of olive oil. Olive oil has a low smoke point, which means you can't turn this fire up really high with olive oil because it'll burn. It's starting to smoke already. So I'm just cutting these up right here on the pan. Just like that. I always cut a little bit of the tail off. I don't cut the entire tail off. Some people do. I don't. I'm a home cook. Can you tell? No rules. Why should there be rules in the kitchen unless it's dangerous? Then you follow the rules. My kitchen, my rules. It's like my garden, my rules. Okay, pick up your mess. Go ahead and beat these eggs. My bunny rides over the ocean. Woo! My bunny lies over the sea. These eggs are hard. Okay, keep your shells. Put it in your garden. Let me get this off of here because this is done. Turn it off. Move my pancake over. Yay. Let's move this. Turn off the wrong eye. Move these around. Might need a little bit more oil. Now, because I have my milk open, I'll put a little bit of milk in there. Milk makes your eggs fluffier. It just does. It changes the consistency completely. And I like it that way. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Turn this down a little bit. I got it a little bit too high. just a little tip of milk. Maybe a tablespoon on 2 eggs. Get some salt and pepper. Now be careful with the salt. Just a little bit. Mix that up. Let's get these arranged somewhat. You can use more than 2 eggs if you want. That's just what I want this morning. Turn it down. You don't want to burn your egg. Start moving your egg around in the frying pan. You notice how this is coming right up off this frying pan? The more you use your cast iron, the less sticky it becomes. It becomes a non-stick after a while. Never use soap on your frying pan. Scrub it as best you can without using any soap. Word to the wise. And if you were worried about germs, just put it back on the fire, put a little bit of oil on it, and go ahead and heat it up. That'll kill all the germs. Do not use soap or you're going to have to start all over seasoning your pan. See how that moves around? And most of my egg is coming up off of there? Besides, cast iron is better for you than that non-stick stuff. I have some non-stick stuff in here, but I try not to use it. I try to use cast iron or an iron or a steel pan as much as possible. Aluminum and non-stick pans, they put off some kind of gas that's not necessarily good for you. So my eggs are done. Let's plate. Well, I'm done and it's time to eat. I should get a knife, but I don't feel like getting up right now. Let's see. Good. Look at that. Perfect. It's actually better than the Bisquick and the Aunt Jemima, and I'm not going to say any more names, but make it yourself. Make it all yourself if you can. I'm sorry, I should have covered my mouth. Make it all if you can. Whatever you can do yourself from scratch, go ahead and do it. It's cheaper. And for the most part, you know mostly what's going in it. I'm not making my own flour yet. But it wasn't that hard. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. And this is me cooking breakfast. I'll link the sausage patty in there. I thank you guys for being with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.